So today we're going to continue talking about coordinate graphs. You should already have this page glued in. So coordinate graphs. The word coordinate has to do with where things are located on the map, and we've talked about that these are below. All of these are called ordered pairs. The reason why they're ordered pairs is because they go in a certain order, and there are two of them. So the way we do that, we put parentheses outside and there's a comma in the middle that separates them. So the directions tell us that we need to connect these in order on this grid. So just like on the about circumference and per and radius that we were watching the video, we know that we have to go left and right first and then up and down. So my first one that I need to plot is 2, 2. And it says that that is point A. So I'm going to start at my origin. This right here is called an origin. So I'm going to go over 2 and up 2. So that ordered pair only gets 1 point. And that ordered pair said that it was A. So I'm going to label an A next to this one. So I went over first and then up. I have to crawl before I can walk. I have to go into the elevator, then the elevator goes up. So my B was 2, 4. So I need to go over 2 and up 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm counting lines, not spaces. Next I need to, and that was B. Next I need to go to 2, 6. I go over to 2, and I'm going to go up to 6. That was labeled C. So I'm finished, finished, finished. D says 4, 5. So I have to go over 4 and then up 5. Over 4 and then up 5. That was the D. E says I'm going to go 6, 6. So I have to go over 6, up 6. 6, 4. I have to go over 6, up 4. So next I have to go 6, and that was F. I'm sorry, I forgot to go back and label. My first one was E, the next one I did was an F. Now I have to do a G, which is 6, 2. Over 6, up 2. Over 6, up 2. 6, up 2. So it now says I have to connect them in order. So I started with A, then to B, then to C, then to D, then to E, then to F, G. So what letter did I make on the grid? M. Let's review the things and make sure we have these in notes. Coordinates have to do where they're located on a map. Ordered pairs, the reason why I have ordered pairs is because there's in a certain order. They have parentheses on the outside with a comma in the middle. They're pairs because there's 2 of them. I have to go over first and then up. So over first, then up. Over first, then up. This is a basic review. You should have already done this in 4th grade, but we need to make sure that we remember these steps. You've practiced already yesterday. All right, so let's look at what we really have to do with these numbers. I'm going to randomly pick some numbers. So I'm going to pick 7, 8, 2, 4, 5, 8, 10, 6, 0, 3, and 6, 7. So you've already learned past years how to plot points. Our job in 5th grade is how to interpret them and how to look at graphs and what do those points mean, what can they mean in real life situations. So first I'm going to plot these points, and it tells us to connect them in order from left to right. So first I need to do some numbering on my graph. So I'm going to, 0 is where I start, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm numbering the lines. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I'm going to have to go up. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So the first one says I need to go to 7, 8. Over 7, up 8. Over 2. The second one says 2, 4. I'm going to go over 2, and I'm going to go up 4. My next one, I'm going to go over to 5, up to 8. My next one says 10, 6. To make these a little bit darker so they stand out a little bit more, kind of blending in. That was just 10, 6. So I have 0, 3. 0 means I don't need to go over any, and I'm going to go up 3. My last one, I'm going to go over 6, and I'm going to go up 7. Now, what did the directions say about plot points above? I did that, and connect them in order from left to right. So I have to start over here. So connect them with line segments. So I'm going to take my time. Okay, so I have to think of a situation where I have gone up and then back down, and then I went up and then I went back down. So I have to look at the difference. What did I do here? So I went up and then I went back down. So I'm going to talk about something at 2. At 0, they were 3. At 2, they were 4. What happened? So what happened? What could I say at 0? At 0, I was at 3. Okay. So I could talk about my small dog. So let's say I have, and I'm not sure the breed because I have large dogs. You've seen my dog before. So let's say this is how old he was. This is the years old. And let's say I have one of those teeny tiny dogs that people carry around in their purses. I'm sure tomorrow somebody's going to tell me what type of dog that is because I know that some of you know a lot about dogs, but I'm not exactly sure. So I'm going to say when my dog was 0 years old, he was 3 pounds. So when my dog was 0 years old, so when he was still a puppy, he was 3 pounds. So I'm going to label this as pounds. This is how much he weighed. So I know that when he was 2 years old, he was 4. So he gained weight. So he gained weight, and that was 1 pound. And became 4 pounds when he was, how old was he? 2. Okay, so what happened all the way from when he was 2 over to when he was 5 years old? What happened? So, my dog got lazy and gained how many pounds? So he went from 4, he gained 1, 2, 3, 4 pounds. He went from 4 to 8. He gained 4 pounds. By the time he was 5. So let me recap. When my dog was 0, he was 3 pounds. He gained weight 1 pound and became 4 pounds when he was 2. And then he got really lazy. He didn't exercise as much. So he gained 4 pounds by the time he was 5 years old. So I have one set of information down here and one set of information up here. So when he was 6, he went down to 6 pounds, but back up. What did he do? He went back up to 8 pounds. How old? At 7 years old. Oops, I forgot my R. At 7 years old. So it's the last part of my graph that I can see. All I'm doing is describing how over the years his weight is going up and down. Over the years his weight is going up and down. So my last statement would be when he turned 10, he was exercising more, and lost how much? He went from 8 down to 6. So he lost 2 pounds and was how much? 6 pounds. So what else could we have said about this graph? We could have said over hours, I was at the 3-mile marker, then the 4-mile marker, then the 8-mile marker, then I went back down to the 7-mile marker. So maybe I turned around and went back. This is talking about just like those distance graphs. Okay, so I could be talking about miles in a race. What else could I talk about? What else could I draw a graph about when I have 2 pieces of information? So for every person there is, they win something. I'd like you to come up with 2 more examples that you could do a graph on. Tomorrow in class, you're going to have to do your own. So I'd like you to come up with 2 more examples that you and your partner can work together with.